Hello student, myself Nimesh Prabhakar. Welcome to Process, Dynamic and Control lecture series. In my previous lecture, we discussed about the type of reaction. Now, in this lecture, we discussed about the rate of reaction. So, start. So, first one question come in our mind. What is reaction? So, the answer is the rate of reaction or reaction rate is the speed at which reactants are converted into product. So, this is the definition of reaction rate, or we can say as a rate of reaction. Now, another question comes in our mind. What is reactant? So, substances which undergo chemical reaction are called reactant. In the chemical reaction, these reactants are converted into new substance. That means convert into the product, or we can say as the new substance. So, the reactant is the reactant we add into the chemical reaction. Then second question, what is product? The substance which are the end product of a chemical reaction are called products. In other words, new substances that are formed due to the chemical reaction are all called products. So this is the definition of reactant and product. Factor of affecting the rate of reaction. So before understanding the different factors, we first understand the basic of the rate of reaction. So for that understanding, we take one example. We know how to warm milk, right? So when the gas stove is at low temperature, the milk heats very slow. We know. But as soon as we increase the temperature, the milk starts heating up quickly. That is the rate increase. So here, when we know when the temperature is low, at that time the heat is very slow. And when we increase the temperature, that means we increase the gas temperature. So at that time, heat temperature. So at that time, the milk starts heating. So in this case, temperature is the factor influencing the rate of reaction. Let's learn about all other factors that influence the rate of reaction and how they affect the rate. So which are that factors? So first one is the nature of reactant. Then second one is the physical state. Third one is the concentration. Fourth one is the temperature. Next is catalyst. Then pressure and intensity of light. So these are the factors that affect the rate of reaction. Now we understand one by one how it affects. So start with the first one. The last one is the surface area of reactant. So start with the first one, nature of reactant. The reaction rate variation is depend on the which substance are reacting. Now to understand this, we take one example. That means we take the ionic reactant. The rate of reaction of ionic reactant are very fast. Now we understand by help of this example. So when we add NaCl plus AgNO3, then we get that AgCl plus NaNO3. So this reaction is very fast, done in the microsecond. So the rate of reaction is very high in the ionic reactant. So it depends on the nature of reactant. Now we understand better. Now we take example of the covalent reactant. Now the reaction tends to be slow when covalent bond formation takes place between the molecules and when large molecules are formed. So here we understand by help of this example. Like here we added nitrogen plus hydrogen, so we get the NH3. So here we see this is the this process is time consuming. That means this process is slow because here the nitrogen and hydrogen is joined with the bond. So here we require the energy to break the bond, and next here the bond is formed. So it takes time. So it depends on the nature of reactant. That means the reactant is the covalent reactant, then it takes the time. And when the reactant is the ionic reactant, then the reaction process is very fast. Now here the rate of reaction is low. Now second one factor is physical state. The physical state like solid, liquid or gas of a reactant is also an important factor of the rate of change. Like gas, liquid, solid. The gas has more reactant rate than liquid and solid. This is the reason is in gas molecule can easily move, so it can easily collide with the other gas molecule. If they collide, then chance of reaction is high. Here we can see these are the gas molecule and this is the solid molecule. So here the gas molecule is add with each other easily as when reactant are in the same phase, thermal motion bring them into contact. If they are in a different phase, the reaction is limited to the interface between reactant and reaction and can only occur at their area of contact. So when two reactants are in the same phase like liquid, so the reaction process is done very fast. Now third one is the factor is concentration. According to the collision theorem of chemical reaction, concentration is an important factor because molecules must collide in order to react with each other. When the concentration of the reactant increases, the frequency of the molecule colliding increases, striking each other more frequently. So the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the rate of concentration. So here the R is directly proportional to the C. That means the concentration is high, then the rate of reaction is high. Now next one factor is temperature. Generally the rate of reaction is increased on increasing temperature. Normally in all the procedure like in a chemical reaction, the rate of reaction is increased as temperature is increased. The reason is molecules at a higher temperature have more thermal energy and collision frequency is greater at higher temperature. Now next one factor is catalyst. So what is catalyst? A catalyst can be defined as substance that increase the rate of reaction without actually participating in the reaction. The presence of catalyst increase the speed of reaction in both forward and reverse reaction by providing an alternative lower activation energy. Now we understand by help of this figure. So it is not possible to make product directly. Reactant first goes in the transient state and it makes product. Catalyst make a new way, it has lower the activation energy. So here we can see the graph. So first one, the reactant goes to the transient state. Then it make a product. But here you can see second one part that chosen by the catalyst. That means catalyst take a direct path and reduce the time. So here the catalyst is help to increase the rate of reaction. So by help of catalyst we can increase the rate of reaction. Now next one factor is intensity of light. Even the intensity of light affect the rate of reaction. Some reactions are photosensitive, like light sensitive. Like we can understand by help of this example, like hydrogen plus chlorine, so we get the hydrochloric acid. But this reaction is done in the presence of the light. That means this is a photosensitive reaction. The reaction done only presence of photon, like a light energy. Intensity of light, if you increase, then the number of photon increase. So the rate of reaction is increased. That means what? The intensity of light is directly proportional to the rate of reaction. As we increase the intensity of light, then the rate of reaction is increased. R is proportional to the I. Now last one is the surface area of reactor. The rate of reaction increase with increase in the surface area of solid reactor. For example, if solid metal reactant and gas reactant are mixed, only the molecule present on the surface of the metal are able to collide with the gas molecule. Therefore, increasing the surface area of the metal by pounding it flat or cutting it into many pieces will increase its reaction rate. Now we understand by help of one example. So this is a cup of milk and in this we add a sugar. Like here we give the two form of sugar. First, here the sugar is a very small cube and second indicate the sugar is a very large cube. That means as compared to second one, the sugar cube is big. Now which one cube is dissolved very fast? We all know the small sugar is dissolved very fast. So these are the different reactant, different factor of reactant that affect on the reaction. So in this lecture we discussed about the rate of reaction. Thank you.